Hello, welcome back today. We'll be looking at ESUSU management. ESUSU basically represent thrift savings or rotational savings, right? So depending on the both options, but of course, both of our services today can be configured to this use case, right? Option one, if you are new to the system, you want to navigate to manage ESUSU product, right? That is highly required before you start using the system. So what does the product basically do for you? The product basically allow you to create different category of savings, right? For your customers, right? So I'll be giving a demo of this and how this works. Then of course we are happy to respond to any question either on the comment section or directly message being sent to us today. So first of all, you need to enter the savings name. So of course I can say this is daily savings. Okay, for example, right? I can say that my code is just 001. So whatever thing you want to use, you can. And of course, determine which currency that was configured on your accounts. Of course, go ahead and set that. Then how the type of the issue. So of course we have three types. One is the rotational and the other is the target savings, right? So the rotational simply means you want to have group of people who come together to make a savings. So this group of people agree to save let's say 1,000 naira each per week. So let's say there are five for 1,000 naira. That simply means you have 5,000 naira. The system basically credit the sum of 5,000 naira to one person. Next week, the system accumulate another 5,000 naira, give it to the second person, and so on and so forth. Of course, the system will keep doing rotational contribution as such until such a time all members of that particular group has been fully paid off, right? Well, of course, we have the targeted amount contribution, which with the system basically make it individually, okay, where this individual is able to save a certain amount for a certain period of time. That simply means he agreed to save 1,000 naira, right? So that means able to say, okay, this 1,000 naira is for 30 days, right? So if this user saves this 30 for 30 days, let's say 1,000 naira for 30 days, that simply means the provider of the service, let's say the business owner will take one day off the contribution. That simply means you are saving for 30 days, and I'm the one keeping these funds for you. I'm the one keeping this money for you. So what's my benefit of keeping this money for you? My benefit is because I'm charging you one day. That simply means if you save for 30 days, I'm going to take one day and give you 29 days. That simply means one day is my charge. A literal word, if you save 1,000 naira for 30 days, it simply means 1,000 naira is my charge. I'm giving you 29,000 naira at the point of withdrawal. So of course that's a service charge for the target savings, or of course you can refer to it as ESUSU or traditional savings, as the case may be, right? But of course we have policy configuration on each of the plan that basically make it flexible for businesses, right? Today, so I'll be walking you through. So first is the name. Of course, you select the type if it's for individual who want to make contribution for the period of 30 days of 28 days. And so, of course, for contests, for some businesses still charge the customer. Let's say the customer say for 10 days, the customer was expected to save for 30 days, but he saved for 10 days. Some businesses still go ahead, take their one off and give the customer nine, which simply means 9,000 is what the customer is qualified for, because their charge has to be because they are in business, right? That's it. Of course, the our solution support that today, right? So of course we have the contribution policy that basically allow the system know this product if it's for daily, for weekly or for monthly. Of course, on the other part, I did emphasize on 30 days. That was just for example, right? Of course, today we basically allow you to set the number of the tenor by yourself. So if I'm saying it's daily, that simply means I'm able to say it's 20 days. That simply means this customer is expected to save a fixed amount, right? You can make it a fixed amount or any amount, or a range of amounts. But I'm able to say this customer, you are mandated to save 1,000 naira each for 20 days. If I'm able to say, okay, you're able to save a range of 1,000 naira to 20,000 naira, but it's mandatory for each day. I'm able to say you have to save any amount you like, but it has to be for the period of 20 days, right? Where I calculate my charges. Of course, that is it basically. So I'll just go ahead with a fixed amount, right? And able to determine how many people are able to do this. I will just say, okay, it's individual. It's just basically one person that want to do this savings here. All the people under this thing, they are just individually who want to do this. Right? So I'm able to say, okay, am I giving interest for this customer doing savings? Oh, yes, of course, it's no. I'm not giving them, rather, I'm charging them. So, what is the penalty if for whatever charge reason the customers refuse or skip or could not meet up with the 20 days? Should I charge him? Right? Of course, it's not advisable to charge them. That's why they are totally optional today. But we basically make this available for the group basis. Let's say for a certain group, you've collected a contribution that is accumulatively given to you, but right now you are not returning back so that other people could take their own contribution part. That's why the penalty is actually there, so that the system will be instructed to, oh, if this member of this rotational contribution did not meet or did not make contribution, please charge them this amount, right? Now, when these customers want to also make withdrawals, how does the charge apply? Of course, you can also set that on fixed or on the percentage level so that these customers are being charged on that, right? So, but I'm just going to save this without the charge. The first step basically work for me. Okay, fixed amounts. Okay, so fixed amount, I didn't specify that amount. So I can say fixed amount, all the people here are doing 1,000 naira. So all the people basically using this plan, they are mandated, it's mandatory that you must do 1,000 naira, right? So basically once the product is set, then the order is to onboard client into the service, right? So to onboard client, I'm basically going to select the product. I only have one. Then I'll select my start day as today. Okay. So I'll click on fetch to get a summary, right? The start date must be greater than or equal to today. What's today's? Okay. Oh, I don't know why I was clicking on less than today, right? But of course, I'm going to be fixing that in place. Okay. So that simply means everybody on this particular product must save for 20 days and they must save 1,000 naira each. Yeah. So but I'll just go ahead and click on save. Right. Okay, so that's it basically. The plan and the product is highly ready, and customers can now onboard into the service, right? And start making their contribution. Okay, so I'm happy to respond to any questions you want to ask, right? And how you can onboard customers into this product individually. So of course you can onboard as many contributors into it. You can onboard a specific contributor into it, right? So we're able to give you more guide, right? So once you are onboarded, we're able to give you more guide on the service. So that will be the end of this. Yes, so you can see every individual on a cycle. So of course you can see the contribution that they've made, right? And of course, if they skip any, the system get to let you know, oh, you have skipped. And of course, a warning message also sent to the customer individually, right? So that's how basically how ESUSU work. You can add it as a group, or you can add it for individual who want to make contribution respectively. Right. Thank you. That will be the end of today section. Do have a great